The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Right. I got two left hooves who want tests. Well, since nobody's stepping to me, take me to your cult leader. Take me to your local drug dealer. Take me to the man in the mirror when you stand and deliver with your hand on the trigger, an emotional terrorist. IMMUNE, never make my enemy public. I'm a private dancer, dancing for money. Do that thing that's funny. I'll make you wanna laugh, I'll make you wanna move, I'll make you wanna do. Do that thing that's funny. I'll make you wanna laugh, I'll make you wanna move, I'll make you wanna.
Shoosh. Shoosh, please.
Shoosh, please.
Welcome to Spot Monkey Radio, everyone. I am Tony. That is Brandon. Malik will not be joining us this week. He has prior engagements. How you doing, buddy?
Must be nice.
Listen, sometimes it's nice to have prior engagements.
Must be nice to have a social life. Wouldn't know what that is.
It's nice to. Sometimes it's nice to have nothing to do at all.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Anywho, it is Spot Monkey Radio every Wednesday here on the Fight Mixer Network. We are talking a little pro wrestling today, and we will start right out of the box with Revolution. Happened on Sunday. AEW.
On Sunday, yes.
Malik is still giving his money to Tony Khan for some odd reason. I don't know why. But,
I mean, probably convenience sake.
Now, I've stayed true to my guns on not watching AEW, so I didn't watch this crap. So you're going to have to walk me through it. So
I was kind of misty on the first.
All right. Well, it was 9 matches, if I'm not mistaken. So which ones did you miss?
I missed the first 2. I saw everything from the trios match onward, which was the third match.
So now
I was kind of off and on through Christian and Jungle Boy.
The Iron Man match was the main event, yes?
Iron Man match was the main event, yes.
Okay. Well, I got the gist of that, where apparently MJF clobbered Bryan Danielson with a oxygen tank.
Yes.
They said you heard the ping, whatever. He heard it looked like a legitimate.
He hit him pretty good. It looked like.
Okay, and he won in sudden death.
Yes, because he did the genius thing. He disqualified himself for 1 point, and then used that because there was no restart in between falls, so it was just right after it.
Okay.
He low blowed Danielson, then pinned him twice to go up 2-1.
No, see, I was smart. I would have done the same thing. I would just kept pinning him though. Every time he got, I would have kicked him in the nuts and just took another.
Just pin, one.
Yeah,
kill one.
Yeah,
for
so it's
every
just
2.
one for every 2, and then he's got to play catch up anyway. Anyway, I did not hear anything else remotely. I mean, the interview was funny, where he ate the pickle.
Yes,
he's like, oh,
I think it's becoming the new thing at AEW media scrums, where someone covered in blood eats food in front of people
and talk shit.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch it. I didn't hear bad things about it, but I didn't hear.
It was an overall enjoyable show. I feel for a pay-per-view that had.
What time did it start? What time did it end?
It started at 8, and then it was over with by midnight.
Yeah, it was. Malik watched it. Malik paid for it. A fucking nut job. So he could tell us more about it, but he's not here today, obviously. So
No, like I said, I
what other matches did you find good? It was okay. Everybody's saying it's okay.
Trios match was good.
I mean, really? Was it? Or was it just a bunch of
Yes, the
spots?
tag match was good.
What was the tag
four-way
match?
tag match was pretty good. There was literally a moment there where you thought Jeff Jarrett is going to win the AEW tag team titles in 2023. Because that's a thing that's happening.
Wouldn't shock me.
No, Gun Club won, and we're celebrating middle of the ring, saying they were the best tag team in the world, and FTR came back.
Okay.
I
see that Dodo Bird joined Page and
yes. Yeah, that was the other thing that happened. They did kind of like it was I think they were very much trying to do like an NWO type thing.
This is just not gonna work because it's about 3 women who nobody really gives a shit about. Like, I mean, really? Tony Storm, Saraya, Ruby Soho.
I think they need something to do with Ruby Soho because she's kind of just there at times.
Yeah. Did you see that, or was that match?
Yeah, that was a decent match. I may or may not have been phasing in and out of attention, just short attention span.
What else happened? Texas Death Match. Moxley.
Texas Death Match was very good.
Yeah.
For a Texas Death Match, yeah. Hangman Page went over. It got brutal to the times where even I had to look away because Moxley was literally like stabbing him in the head with a fork.
I noticed that this thing in wrestling now is they'll take a bunch of sharpened sticks and stick them in your
like
forehead.
the skewers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Jack Gallo. It happened to Joe Ocasio recently.
He's always going to be Jack Gallo to me.
Well, he's Joe Ocasio. Life-changing.
I will dead name him every chance I get.
And he's
He's
good.
life-changing.
Very talented man. But he also will go hardcore because somebody skewered the shit out of his forehead one show.
Yeah.
It was interesting to say the least. I don't know how you could let somebody do that to you.
Yeah, it's got to be something with like performance, like you're giving that much to your audience. I don't think
anything could go wrong. You splinter, you fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Bad, man.
First of all, I don't think the payday is worth.
Let's not get into indie paydays. I mean,
exactly.
Online.
That's like I don't begrudge anybody who, like, if that's how you choose to express yourself, go for it. But to me, it's just not worth the juice. Ain't worth the squeeze.
Hey man, you just got it's for the moment, I guess.
Yeah, but the finish to the Texas Death Match was pretty good. They brought a chain into the ring.
Okay.
Hangman Page had it around Moxley's neck, throws Moxley over the ropes, and Moxley hung himself, and he had to tap out.
All right. What else did you see?
It said that to put over the trios match, House of Black won.
Yeah, I saw that.
Good for I think that's a great idea to do with the trios title.
I saw the picture of them holding the belts up.
Yeah, just kind of, it was kind of AEW production botches where like they do the thing where they're standing in the ring and the lights go out, and when the lights came back on, you could kind of see them scurrying still to the back, while like the Elite was like still kind of selling the injuries.
Idiots, Jesus Christ!
But that was a good match.
What else did you see? Anything else?
Wardlow won the TNT title.
Okay.
He dethroned the current king of television, and then Hobbs came out basically to challenge him.
Calvin Hobbs was like, "Hey man,
yeah,
got a problem with you, boy. I'll kick your ass."
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was doing your
AEW to me is WCW's young pussy brother. That's a spot on, no pun intended comment. That's our producers kind of chiming in over there on the chat box. But yes, I agree. AEW is just like a watered down version of WCW. It's just like they're trying too hard to do things and rehash things. It just doesn't work.
I think it's like what Tony Khan said best. They're a competitor brand, so they're never going to be WWE. They're not going to try.
Yeah, but
WWE.
you shouldn't try.
Exactly. Like Pepsi is okay being Pepsi.
WWE's on another level.
They're never going to be Coke.
I gotta say, I love Triple H's booking, which is a great transition into Monday Night Raw. Did you watch Monday Night Raw?
I did not know. Monday
Night Raw I thought was okay. It wasn't bad.
I saw the clip of Jey Uso at the end. I thought that
that was really good. Paul Heyman was basically telling Jimmy, he's like, you got to take care of the Sami Zayn problem, and you got to fix the thing with your brother. If not, Roman's going to hold you personally responsible. So now there's like a tension there. And then Solo Sikoa wrestles Kevin Owens, and I think Kevin Owens won. And then Sammy comes out and helps him. And then like they have like a little promo in the back, and Sammy goes up to him, and he's like, Can't you see that they're always going to attack us? We have to work together. And then fucking Kevin Owens, in his typical Kevin Owens fashion, I've been fighting them alone for a year, for over almost a year. Okay,
Kevin Owens is getting better.
I don't need your help. Yeah, because I'm listening now. I'm watching the promos. I'm listening to him speak, and he's like, "I don't need your help. I've told you this 1,000 times."
Got to remember, Kevin Owens English is Kevin Owens' second language.
And, yeah, because he's French Canadian. Right?
Yeah.
So then he walks off. So Sami Zayn's got a puss on his face. So now, Sami Zayn's gonna obviously take on Jimmy alone. So maybe Jay is gonna turn or whatever. So that was like the whole underlining storyline there. They showed briefly what Cody and Roman had like their little face-to-face encounter from SmackDown the week before.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part of the whole episode was John Cena's segment with Austin Theory.
Yeah, it looked like the USA aired a murder live on TV.
Austin Theory comes out, talks so much like yo, and John Cena was like, "I don't want to fight you. It's not worth my time." He said, nobody cares about you. He said, you're not ready for this. And he's like, dude, think about it. You want to take on John Cena at WrestleMania for the U.S. title. If I beat you, now I'm the U.S. champion and you're like irrelevant. Then if you win, you just beat old John Cena. He said, nobody's going to care.
It's a no-win situation for either of them.
Yeah, so he's like, it's a no-win situation for him. He needs John Cena. I don't care. I'll go on Raw. I'll go on to WrestleMania and get a payday. He goes, but you're not worth it to me. Like, I would rather fight somebody worth it, is basically what John Cena was telling him. So then, like, they obviously go and take the crowd temperature. They're in Boston, so the crowd naturally is going to go bananas for it. So John Cena basically goes, this is your funeral, bud. Like, you dug your own grave here because now I'm going to make you look like a moron.
And that he did.
Yeah, and then like Austin Theory just was like, he's still greener than goose shit technically, and he just was like,
I mean, he doesn't have experience in the dueling promo because I don't think that was really something that they did a ton of in MLW.
John Cena gave him a tongue lashing, and I didn't see one wrong thing that John Cena said.
No,
I agree with everything he said. He's like, the guy's right, guy's spot on about him.
It was very reminiscent of the one between him and Roman. Yeah. Where like John Cena's just going off the cuff and Roman's got to stick to his script, and Roman literally forgot a line where he's just kind of like,
and Roman's like, and then John Cena's like, how dare you? I can do this better part time than you could ever do it full time.
Yeah,
you should be ashamed of yourself. I remember that. But yeah, so WrestleMania card is set up. Then I liked what I saw from Logan Paul and Seth Rollins. They were on the Miz TV thing. Miz was stoking the fire, however the fuck you want to put it. And
you stoke a fire, you don't stroke
a fire, and you stroke it
because it's fire. You can't really stroke
big
it.
Old hot penis. Anyway, and then Logan Paul basically threw like obviously it was a phantom punch, but it was a punch at Seth Rollins, knocking him out cold. So I was like, "Oh shit!" The punching power of Logan Paul will match the
180-pound Logan Paul.
Yeah, will match the high flying charisma of Seth Rollins. It was just like, okay. Now I firmly believe that those two guys will steal the show. Like I firmly believe that.
Where do you put that on the card though? Like, because this is the one thing I'm coming to. Like, there's the obvious spot.
Something's got a main event Saturday.
Yeah,
because Cody and Roman are main event Sunday. For sure. And everybody's saying that it's going to be the tag team match between Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and the Bloodline. I disagree. I think it might be Seth Rollins and Logan Paul.
Because of the Logan
just the ramifications of it. Logan Paul can deliver. He's proven it now because he fought Roman in the main event in that Saudi show. So he's proven that he can go. And dude, not for nothing.
Name now.
He was fantastic in that promo. Like the crowd was cheering, like doing that, oh, right? And he goes, "Hey, Boston, this promo has a time limit. You want to shut up?" And everybody went, "Boo!" And I was like, "Yo, that was good."
He gets it.
He totally gets it, and I'm definitely digging where they're going with it. And I think that's going to be the show steals. That's why I think it should main event Saturday. Like I said, and have Cody. Like yo, the Usos, and they don't have the main event.
I think they definitely deserve like that quote unquote main event spot. They've been.
No, you know what wouldn't surprise you? Wouldn't surprise me neither. Speaking of main events of WrestleMania on Saturday night, it wouldn't shock me if it's that dumb triple 6-woman tag now. Damage Control versus Lita, Trish, and
That's
And
that's
Becky.
definitely a day one. I don't know. I wouldn't put that main event day one.
Don't be surprised.
I think here's
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they try to give them.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I think the women's title match would probably supersede that.
Who you talking about? Rhea Ripley?
No, Bianca and Asuka.
Asuka? No, I would say Bianca. I thought Rhea Ripley and Charlotte was going to be more of the prominent women's championship match. That one has more, like, to me, I would want to see that one than the other one.
More juice.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Asuka and Bianca Belair. That one already has the predetermined. You can tell who's going to win that one.
Bianca.
Yeah, that outcome is obvious. With Rhea and Charlotte, you don't really know. That one has more of the appeal to me. Like, I would rather watch that one than the other one. Plus, I like kind of what Rhea's doing with Judgment Day, and Charlotte is Charlotte, so you know you're going to get something good. I haven't been really watching SmackDown. I've been watching quickly the replays on FS1 the next day. So, you know, but they're doing pretty good. Well, they were doing well. Like Roman basically said that Dusty Rhodes loved Roman more than Cody, and Cody basically was like, "Oh, big surprise! The Dusty loves the wrestler more than his own kids." Blah blah blah. And then Cody was like, "I gotta beat you." Blah blah blah. But Cody can push a main event. I'm gonna give Cody that for sure. And then I
think that's the one thing that this whole year has proven for Cody.
Yeah.
That can be.
He's worthy of it. He's definitely worthy of it. And like John Cena talked when John Cena buried what's his face, he just basically went to the entrance and introduced Cody Rhodes.
But yeah, it's like giving him like the little rub.
Gave him a rub, yeah. And then at the end, which was the big thing at the end of Raw, Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso, which was a great main event match. Jey Uso shows up. Everybody thinks, "Oh my God!" Like Jey Uso's gotten very good at the quiet, I don't know what I'm gonna do look.
Yeah,
he's gotten very good
sheepish.
At that look.
He's like kind of sheepish, like.
And he grabs Jey and he's holding AJ by the chest and he's basically like, "I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore." And he walked out and he gives Sammy a hug, and man, did that place explode! And at that very moment, I was like, he is going to kick this dude right in the face. And as sure as shit, he did. Crowd went, no. That was great reaction. It was great timing. Fantastic. A build up to this thing. They start kicking the shit out of Sami Zayn. The whole crowd starts cheering, "We want Owens, we want Owens, we want Owens." They do not get Cody. They do not get Kevin Owens. They get Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out to his aid. And then I assumed when it went off the air, I was sitting here with Felix. Me and Felix were watching. I said to Felix, I said, guaranteed Seth Rollins or somebody comes out and it's a 6-man tag off the air for the crowd. For the Boston
I would have made it like
John Cena. Guarantee was John Cena. Yes, because Cody came out. Then I guarantee when that shit went off the air, the three of them tried to outnumber Cody and Sammy, and Johnny Boy came out and had a match on Raw for the Boston crowd for sure. But yeah, it was a good Raw. It was a very good Raw. This build up to WrestleMania is I'm for the first time in quite a few years since since 2016 when I was there. I'm getting excited for WrestleMania.
You're invested.
Yeah, I'm finally into it. So what do you think? Are you into it? Or are you gonna
like I said, for the fact of Cody Roman, I'm in. There's a lot of matches that I'm in for. Cody Roman, I'm in. Whatever they're going to do with the tag team matches, it's very obviously going to be Owens and Zayn versus the Usos.
Yeah, it's just too obvious now.
Yeah. I like what they're doing, dragging it out, like making you think that will they or won't they. And I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to the actual day of WrestleMania Saturday.
I think it'll be the SmackDown before.
Yeah,
WrestleMania weekend before SmackDown leading into it. They're also doing this one thing on Raw that makes me laugh so much. I don't know why, but I am all in on Maximum Male Models. They are fucking hilarious. And the chick who's infatuated with Otis, it makes me laugh so much. I love Otis. I love that big fucking dude.
Again, because everybody loves a fat guy with a hot girl.
I think they're breaking them up because I honestly believe that they might try, maybe finally give Gable something. Because I think Gable deserves it. Gable reminds me of Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah. He's
like when they did the
Kurt
Sun
Angle
thing, why they picked Jason Jordan was beyond me. And I firmly believe they
they both have that background to them.
Yes, but I firmly believe they picked Jason Jordan because of that whole promo when he did the thing with Charmel, where he's like, "I like chocolate women," like when Kurt Angle was the psycho. Remember?
I want to have
feud
sex
with Booker
with
T.
your wife.
Yeah, he's, "I want to have sex with your wife." And
Bestiality sex.
Yeah, and so I think that was kind of why they did it, but it should have been Gable. Gable should have gotten that role because Gable's so much better.
Yeah, and it's like there's the parallels between them are so...
And Gable kind of looks like Kurt.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he even has that like when he does the shoosh. Kurt Angle could have done that.
Yeah,
like I could picture Kurt Angle doing that. So like, Chad Gable deserves more respect. I don't think he gets enough. You know, the same thing like this Dolph Ziggler, man. This guy has been making a killing off just being basically. There. He is this generation's Brooklyn Brawler. Can we agree on that?
I wouldn't say that because Brooklyn Brawler never got nearly as much feature time and nearly as much wins. Brooklyn Brawler is not a.
Who would you compare him to? Maybe Virgil. Maybe like Virgil.
No, because I don't put him as I don't classify Dolph Ziggler as a job guy.
Well, at this point, he is. He's just coming out literally
is he a solid
over.
mid-card guy? Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think so anymore. I think time has passed him by. He literally came out and jobbed to almost.
But okay, yeah, now,
yeah,
that's what he is. But
that's what I'm saying. He's this generation's Brooklyn Brawler. He's gonna come out. He's gonna put you over in enhancement talent. He's like Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Tom,
Dr. Tom.
Like he would come out, put the guy over, have a good match.
Yes, but like Dr. Tom Pritchard at least had a period of his career where he was not that. He's like,
I guess
Dolph Ziggler is like serviceable in the ring. There was a period of time when he was like one of the hottest things in wrestling. He had that concussion.
You think at one point Dolph Ziggler was the hottest thing in wrestling?
Yes, because day after WrestleMania, who were they fucking chanting to cash in the fucking Money in the Bank? Dolph Ziggler. That place fucking erupted. Brooklyn Brawler never got a pop like that in his life. Ever, period. Never.
I never saw a reaction for Dolph Ziggler like you're talking about. Even when he cashed
Raw
in
after WrestleMania. He comes in, he cashes the fucking briefcase in, beats Del Rio. Yeah. It was an insanely huge pop.
And then lost it literally 4 weeks later.
No, because he had the concussions. That's why.
That's what it was. Oh, that's right. Del Rio gave him a concussion.
It was concussion related.
Yeah.
And then I've
never saw it with Ziggler. I thought Ziggler was Mr. Perfect of like that ruthless aggression era.
Yeah.
I thought he was like that. Now he reminds me of Barry Horowitz. Like when he comes out, you're like, oh, this guy's putting somebody over.
Well, yeah. Now
I'll tell you what though, Dolph Ziggler is a damn good enhancement talent.
Yeah.
Like the best enhancement talent I've ever seen.
Because no one's on the roster.
Well, he could go out there and put anybody over and make it look very, very good.
Yeah,
he's very talented, still very athletic. Yeah, he's very, very good at that stuff.
Yeah,
he's feuding with Mustafa Ali. I don't know how to say his fucking name, so he's basically from where Darth Vader lives. Mustafa.
We're calling him that. He's Mustafa.
That's his name. I've been calling him that for fucking the last year, Brandon. So they're doing this thing where Mustafa is like, man, fucking like positive and shit. He's doing like that. Remember, like Diamond Dallas is not a good thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, whatever. So he's kind of doing some shit like that.
He's just waiting for.
They're just, they're dressing up the weekend because it's going to be a lot of wrestling, WrestleMania weekend. So just be prepared for it,
It usually is. It's not like
and in doing so, I watched fucking NXT again.
2 weeks in a row. Oh my.
2 weeks in a row. And this one was Roadblock. This one had a couple interesting matches. It had the Creed brothers and Braun Breaker versus Jinder Mahal, the shitty pitcher from the Pittsburgh Pirates, and another Indian dude. I don't fucking get his name. They came out, and it was a good match, very good match. Jinder Mahal is very talented. He doesn't get enough credit.
He's gotten into really good shape.
I mean, he stayed in shape too. He stayed in shape naturally.
Well, naturally.
Naturally. Shape. Enough with that. Are you kidding me?
Doesn't have the puffy nipples anymore.
But and the fact that he's willing to swallow his ego, go down to NXT, help the NXT guys. That
I think it's also beneficial for him to go down.
It is. It helps him because now he can go with those guys like Veer, the other fuck guy, help them along.
Shows that he's a team player.
Exactly. So that was a good match. I had no problem with that match. I like the Chase U guys. They make me laugh.
Oh, those guys with the preppy looking guys.
Yeah, but and they had, that crowd is into it with them. Like they were spelling the thing with them. They're CHASEK. Oh yes, oh, yes, you. They're all doing that crap with him. But he lost to Joe Gacy and his weird group, whatever the fuck it's called. Schism. That's right. I get a schism every time I see the Rock's daughter's face.
She definitely has her father's face.
Yo, no, she literally. It looks like you took her mother and father and smashed them together.
They did the fusion dance,
like you did exactly, and they messed up a little bit. That's what it looks like. Anywho, I digress. I don't want the rock bothering me.
No,
when he sees me,
we would like to have a job in Hollywood one day.
If I'm in Hollywood, I can't lose to him. I can only schmoz.
Well, no, I'm assuming if the Rock found out you bad mouthing his daughter, he would get you blackballed from.
I'm not bad mouthing his daughter. His daughter's a beautiful young lady. I'm just making a joke that she might have a horse face. You want to talk horse faces? Speaking of which, it's a perfect transition to the other match that I was watching. A Jane, whatever her fucking name is, JC Jane versus Gigi Dolan. And JCJ literally looks like she could be a stunt double for Sarah Jessica Parker. Like, for real. Like, if she would walk into a bar, I'd ask her why the long face. Like, dead ass, guys. I know it's a dad joke, but still makes me laugh.
That joke was so dad, it called me sport.
I don't give a shit. I have khakis on right now. I'm putting on a sweater vest.
That joke just came in from playing a round of 18.
Exactly. I don't even play golf, but yeah, the joke was so dad that I'm gonna go put on my tiger red collared shirt.
That joke was so dad. It has a apron that says "Kiss the Cook."
Kiss the cookie. What else have happened on NXT? Roadblock. Remember the wrestler Roadblock from WCW?
Yeah. Yes, the Amish guy.
He looked like fucking what's his face? He looked like Bowles Mahoney's dipshit little brother. That's what he looked like. And Bowles Mahoney's like, just give this guy a job. Call him Roadblock. Can I snort some coke off your dashboard? Anywho,
hands up if you've done drugs with Balls Mahoney in this chat.
Anywho,
hands up. And by drugs, I mean smoke weed.
Jesus Christ!
Not like I'm doing rails.
Listen, it's only marijuana. Everybody smokes weed. Anyway, what else happened at NXT? The main event, which was so this is what happens. Braun Breaker comes back out later in the show with his belt, and they set up him versus Carmelo Hayes. Now, clearly, one of them is going to the main roster after the show. I just don't know which one. I'm assuming it's Braun Breaker because he's been in there long. But
I think Carmelo Hayes has been in NXT.
I think Carmelo Hayes got signed the same time he did. So I don't know.
He's definitely been on.
But I think they might give Carmelo Hayes a little bit of a shine on NXT. So you carry the torch now. And Braun Breaker will come to the main roster the night after Raw or whatever. You know how they always bring one guy up?
Usually. The
night after WrestleMania, whatever, at WrestleMania, they show up, whatever the fuck. So I think they might do that Braun Breaker. If Braun Breaker wins, then I think Carmelo Hayes is going to come up. Now, I saw a picture surfacing around the internet, and I liked what I saw. And it was Carmelo Hayes, almost a couple other. Who the hell was it with him?
It was the picture. It was just all the black guys.
Yeah, but it was like the Hurt Business 2.0.
Right. Yeah, no.
I was just like, I'm all for that. So Carmelo Hayes is the main guy. Because that guy's pretty good, and he's got a look like it works.
Him, it was Montez Ford. I think Dawkins might have been in the picture too, but
yeah.
Oh
yeah, it was Montez Ford, Carmelo Hayes, Dawkins, and Almost with MVP standing there, and I was like, and then somebody was like, Hurt Business 2.0, and I was just like, you know what? That's actually not a bad look.
They should have never got rid of that group.
Well, I like that. Because that kind of looks like, you could do and please, I don't mean this negative, like a Black Four Horsemen. That looks like I would be like, that group I could see because the Carmelo Hayes looks like a Ric Flair type guy, but also Montez Ford does.
Yeah.
So either way, and they would probably do Montez Ford before because he's been around longer, but Carmelo Hayes, to me, has more of a unique.
I think Ford is
uniqueness about him. Yes, but I'm saying, Ford is. Every time I see Ford, he seems more like a carbon copy of The Rock than anybody else. Give me a sec. I gotta close this door.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I just think like the comparisons to The Rock I think that's just because this entire generation of people have grown up watching The Rock, so there's bound to be copycats. I'm surprised it's taken this long for people to copy.
It just seems like when Carmelo, even like not Carmelo Hayes, when Montez Ford, and even when he fucking just throws punches, it's so like reminiscent of The Rock. And then
he
even
cocks back.
Yeah, and then even at fucking Elimination Chamber, he did the people's elbow or tried to do like the whole mannerisms. And
but again, it's a generation now that has.
It's a generation thing. He grew up on The Rock, clearly. Like clearly, The Rock was his guy.
Yeah.
No, clearly he was in high school wearing that Rock baseball jersey.
I don't even think he was in high school. Probably would have been even younger than high school.
Really? You think he's that young?
I think so. Yeah. I think. Hang on. Let me give it a.
Well, yeah, because I was in high school. Yeah, because I was in high school.
We were in high school when The Rock.
So maybe he was in elementary school.
Yeah.
5th grade. He was just coming into junior high school and shit.
Yeah.
Because he might even be in his 20s. I don't know. He looks like he might be in his 30s. I don't know. I could be wrong. But
hang on.
He's a young kid watching The Rock laying the smackdown on people's candy asses. That influenced him. Although I've never seen.
Montez Ford is 33.
32. Okay. So yeah, so he was probably in junior high school and shit. Coming up right at it, like in that early stages of junior high.
Yeah.
And he's like watching like DX and shit, you know. Although he was probably watching.
I know, actually, he was probably in like late middle school because he said high school track athlete of the year in 2007.
God damn.
So The Rock was already out by the time he was in high school. So it was probably like when he just started getting into wrestling was The Rock.
Yeah. Fucking hey, man. Terrible stuff. It's crazy to know how young we are, how old we are now. You know, like these guys are coming up in this. So like their generation was not even the generation I'm thinking of.
No.
You know, where it's just like he was like
he would grow. I think he said he would more have grown up on John Cena.
That's what I'm saying.
Than The Rock.
And then probably saw The Rock versus Cena and then went back and watched all The Rock.
Or
shit.
I mean, again, probably could have been watching if he got into it at the right time. Could probably just saw like the end of The Rock's run, where like The Rock was already the guy.
Yeah.
When it was a big thing, when it was Hollywood Rock.
That was my favorite one.
I still like.
Think about it. That's 2003. He was in 2007. He was in high school. So 2003, he's in junior high school. That's like prime wrestling years.
Yes,
junior high school. Like, and you watch, like I said, you're watching The Rock be The Rock when he was a heel doing that Hollywood shit. That he probably ate all that up and then went back and watched all. I
think it's probably 1 and 1A for me. I like Nation Leader Rock probably more because that was
the beginning.
I was
the
13, 14.
Yeah. I was never a Rock guy. It made me laugh.
See, the thing is, I knew I liked Austin too, but like I appreciated The Rock because I always thought The Rock was a better promo.
No, I loved
Austin. I thought Austin was the better worker in the ring and told the better story.
Steve Austin, but no, because The Rock's promos after a while they were all the same. It was just the same. But like, every 3 seconds, all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. It was every 3 seconds was another catchphrase. It was another. All right, dude, enough.
It was the era of merchandise.
Yeah, to me, Austin was more like, you know, what? I'll kick your ass.
It was what's Austin gonna do next week?
Yeah,
you knew what The Rock was gonna do. Rock was gonna come out, cut a promo, make fun of somebody, beat somebody up.
Although you could see The Rock's heavy influence on pro wrestling, where like Starks dresses like him. You know, like all these guys wear like those. Remember those $500 shirts he used to wear?
Yeah,
the Versace shirts,
$5,000 Versace shirts.
Yeah. And shit like that. So guys are like kind of dressing like him. They throw punches like him.
Yeah.
Do a lot of moves like him. You know, you can clearly tell the generation that was influenced by Shawn Michaels by the amount of super kicks they throw. You know, I mean, Shawn Michaels threw a super kick maybe once or twice. These fucking guys, I mean,
it's now no longer like a finishing move.
It was what the DDT was to us.
Exactly. Or
Mike
like,
was coming through the training.
Extrapolate it further, what like a headlock takeover was in the 1950s.
It's just crazy to see like now.
Or a body slam was
like fat dudes just super kicking each other, like smacking their fucking thighs and shit. It's just crazy.
Thigh slap.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man. Speaking of ridiculous, have you seen Vince McMahon grew a mustache?
I know. I was waiting for this move because like you were talking about Triple H booking, and it was reported by a lot of sources that Vince McMahon is now in charge of creative in WWE.
Is it Vince McMahon or is it Senor Vince?
It does. It's very
Yeah.
Simpsons, like Guy Incognito. Remember
That's what I'm
that
saying. It's like when Bobby Valentine got thrown out for the game,
Yeah, he just comes back
and he put on the glasses with the mustache.
Yeah.
You know?
Look, man,
Vince probably does get free mustache rides, but you got to be hot.
the guy hasn't changed his look since the 1990s.
I've never seen that man with facial hair, so maybe
No.
maybe he's like, you know what?
I'm almost 80.
I'm almost 80. I think it's time to grow
Grow
a
a
beard.
mustache.
Yeah,
That's Vince McMahon rebelling.
Yeah. You think I'm a
His
pervert?
end-of-life crisis.
You sons of bitches think I'm a pervert? Well, then I'll grow a pervert stash. You'll see.
It is it's almost a porn stash.
That's what I'm saying. He literally looks like a retired porn star, like a retired Mexican porn star. That's what he looks, or Italian, like a retired Italian porn star. You know, like Giovanni Roxini, or
Vincenzo McMancini.
Yeah, like exactly, like Vincenzo Coxman or something like that. Like would be his name or some shit. Yeah. Signor Vincenzo Coxman in No Holds Barred. This is him having sex with everybody. I am shocked that the Vince McMahon tape has never come out.
I think he would like keep that stuff under wraps. The man's
Although I think if he's had a mustache his whole career, a sex tape definitely would have came out.
if he's making women sign NDAs after affairs, like
he's like, that's me. Come in here.
This is a guy who's very, very, very almost. I would dare to say it, almost predator-like.
Come in here. Come in here. I want to talk to you for a second, Stacy.
Sign this NDA. Here's a 6-figure check.
Sign this paper while I
and a promotion.
Use my mustache to clean all the crumbs out of your ass. Vinnie Mac with the flavor saver.
But I think like he's back just to like guide the hand of this WrestleMania build, because you got to remember WrestleMania is his baby.
I guess.
It is. It's
literally Triple H has. I mean, listen, all the matches that Triple H is setting up's got me excited. I think I'm ready. You know, so I just think, you know, you got to put trust in Triple H, and I think he hasn't done that yet. So.
I'm reading.
Oh. we got a little Spanish speaking going on our program today. He's like, no soy. Like, could you imagine how many? Yeah, Felix can read it. He's not here. But anyway, I don't know. It's been a light week in wrestling. Obviously, there hasn't been much going on because they're doing the build up to WrestleMania. So I don't watch.
There's speculation on to whether or not FTR have actually re-signed with AEW.
Yeah, well, because I think they might want to go back to WWE now that Triple H is in charge.
See, I don't know though.
Because look what they're doing with tag team wrestling again. They're kind of bringing it back WWE. With the Usos and Sami. That's going to be a big thing.
Bring it back because it was never.
You're going to need someone to like really like, because the Street Profits, there's a shelf life on that now, because I think Montez Ford is getting to that point where it's time for him to fly. You know,
no, I agree. They're just waiting for the right moment to pull the trigger.
Yeah, it's time for him to fly solo. So like, that's coming to an end soon. So if you're a Street Profits fan, spoiler alert, don't think that's going to last much longer, because
buy that merchandise while you still can.
That was the whole point why they put him in the elimination chamber, was to see if he can sink or swim as a solo guy, and he did. He swam just fine. So,
no, I would say he passed it with flying colors. Like,
yeah.
There's no,
and they'll do the typical thing where he'll turn.
Here's what I think they'll do. I think if it's going to happen sooner rather than later, Owens and Zayn win the tag titles at WrestleMania. Then their first challengers are
Street Profit.
I always call them Private Party. The first challengers are Street Profits. Something happens miscommunication wise.
It's just the typical team breakup.
Yeah.
I'm sick of carrying you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
One goes heel, one goes face. They hold each other relevant until the other one finally splits away.
Mm-hmm.
And then poor Dawkins will fall back into obscurity. He'll wind up back on NXT. And they'll team him with another black dude and hope that they can recreate.
I don't know. I think it's like, once Dawkins ends for Dawkins, it will probably be like
Dawkins has been there for a while. Apparently,
Dawkins has been around the company for a very long time. Like he was like early days of NXT. I want to even say like in the system. I mean, like
So
he's been around for a while. That's why I think if once this does inevitably fall apart for him, they'll be looking at like how much time is left on this guy's contract and how much is it going to cost us to get rid of him.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with they're turning Corbin into sad Corbin too. And again, I don't know if anybody's.
Well, I think they finally realized that
Yeah.
no matter what they're gonna do,
No, they're just like, listen, people tend to like you more when you're depressing. So we're just gonna.
I don't even think it's that. I just think it's just like we've tried how many different times to try and put you over. We've put you and made you a member of the authority. Essentially, that didn't do anything.
Like, dude, you can't just you suck.
You
suck.
Yeah, it's not like literally he hasn't come to the level he was when he first debuted in NXT and they were counting the length of his matches.
Also on NXT, Shawn Michaels had a promo with Grayson Waller. And Grayson Waller, that guy's annoying, but it works because that's this point. But he was trying to get Shawn to come out of retirement and fight him. And then he's like, I'll get this guy. And Johnny Gargano walks out and he's like trying to be intimidating. And I'm just it's like watching the screen going like, if I'm Grayson Waller, first off, Grayson Waller is like 7 inches taller than Johnny Gargano. I'd be like, this is the guy you bring to fight? I just sent him packing a couple months ago. Come on in the ring. You're a little fucking, like, you look like a child.
I mean, but the same thing though, Chad Gable is around the same height.
Chad Gable looks a little more jacked. He's got more that I don't know. He has that singlet. He looks like
it's all presentation.
Presentation. He looks okay. He's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Whereas Johnny Gargano comes out in trunks. He like I said, he looks like a young guy cosplaying his favorite pro wrestler at a convention.
Who's just in really good shape.
I've seen guys like that all over though. He's not like shredded. He's just in shape dude. So he's like Adam Cole. Adam Cole's not like this shredded guy. Adam Cole's just a guy that you could literally say, yeah, I play video games with him every Friday night. We play Call of Duty.
and then he goes to the gym. Adam Cole reminds me of the guy who used to be an athlete but got hurt.
Yeah.
But still kind of stays in shape.
He reminds me of just Tom Brady, where Tom Brady stays in shape to not get hurt.
Yeah.
But he's not trying to be like a bodybuilder.
No. That's
how Johnny Gargano reminds me of. Gargano's not a bad wrestler. He's very good, but it's like he comes out and he's going to fight Grayson Waller, who's 6'4". It's like I don't buy it. Although the funniest part with Shawn Michaels was like, you know how many times they wanted me to come out of retirement? They basically backed the Brinks truck up to my house every year and asked me to do this. You're not going to give me.
I came back for the Saudis and that was it, and that was a mistake.
Yeah, so that was cool. And then Roxanne Perez fights this Asian lady. I forgot. She looked like an old lady. She came debut in 1995.
Mako Satomura.
And then at the end, because Roxanne took too many shots to the head, she passes out.
The old post-concussion syndrome.
And that's when I yesterday, they showed what happened to JCJ and Gigi Doll. And I see that ding dong segment where she basically barbershop windowed her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, Sean, could you stop just rehatching your career? Like, can you try something new?
Well,
that's how you know Sean has had too many concussions. They're like, "What do you want to do here?"
I remember one time.
Yeah, I remember this one time somebody got thrown through a window.
It worked for me and Marty. It might as well work for you.
I got an idea for you, Roxanne. This one time, I got pretended that I had a concussion, and then I came back and won the Rumble. Like, you want to try something a little different? Like, you're basically rehashing your career. You're just basically watching your shit happen. And the same way, too.
Eventually, he will run out of ideas.
He literally passed out just like she did.
Oh,
just like he did. Yeah, hold the face, fell face down.
Hold the face.
And then they went off commentary. Booker T, because he was her trainer, ran in the ring to see if she was okay. Then Sean comes running out. And I'm like, Sean, I've seen this in 1995. Now,
Academy Award level acting.
I know the people probably watching NXT never saw what happened with Sean, but if you have the WWE Network, you saw what happened with Sean.
Yeah. If you were alive in the 90s, you knew.
But it's been talked about 100 times over on all the documentaries, on all the fucking Shawn Michael highlight videos. Like, it's always been talked about the day he got beat up and then passed out because he fought Owen Hart. Like, I mean, it was literally, Brendan, it was a carbon copy of what happened that night.
Except a bunch of Marines didn't beat Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, and then I just thought to myself, like, okay, NXT next week, she'll come out, she'll relinquish the belt. And then, because I don't know, maybe she's hurt or something. I don't fucking know. But yeah, so that's, I mean, listen, NXT it's better than AEW. I'll watch NXT weekly. That's not bad. Then they had this one thing with Josh Briggs. He's trying to hook this guy, his friend, back up with this girl who was like, the guy was fawning over. That made me laugh because it like looked like a sitcom the way it was filmed. Like the way they film promos is like a sitcom now. It's funny. Like they do like over the shoulder shots. They do like close ups.
Like it's like all pulled back, like third camera.
They do. They do it like a 3-camera shoot. They like it shoots wide and it shoots over the shoulder.
Someone comes in, everybody pops, and then like they gotta like
no, there's no like laugh track. Although you could set a laugh track to it. Like you could, the way some of these promos are filmed. But yeah, that's really it for this week's Spot Monkey Radio. We miss you, Malik. We know Malik is, like I said, he's handling some business. He'll be back next Wednesday, where we will just continue this amazing coverage on the road to WrestleMania.
I had an idea for future segments, and I know this gets a little inside baseball-y as we're literally talking about
what's on your mind before we wrap this up?
In the future, at some point in time when we're hard up for content, what we should do is basically start our own promotion where we draft anybody who's on an active roster, snake draft style.
So you're saying like fantasy draft and fantasy book,
and then we start a promotion with that guy, and then we leave it up to the fans or whomever to see which roster they would like better.
I'm down for that. I'm away until Malik's back to let him know. Well, we'll just talk about that off camera.
Yes.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Anyway, follow for Spot Monkey Radio on Instagram and on
TikTok coming soon. I'll make
Facebook. Yeah, TikTok's coming soon. Follow Falls Finish Productions on all your social media channels, YouTube, TikTok. I don't know why I have TikTok. I feel like I'm too old for that, but whatever.
It's good to have.
Somebody's got to man the ship. Follow Legend Series. If you like action figures like me, follow Legend Series. I make a lot of crap on there. And I take a lot of cool pictures if you go to the Instagram. Follow Brandon at Brandon All Hope and Apparently Nothing. Follow, again, just False Finish Productions on everything. That's Brandon. I'm Tony. This has been Spot Monkey Radio. Until next time, what you going to do, brother? Yeah, brother. Just keep it going. Keep posing.
Having a hard time going back to the gym after working out at home? Well, now you don't have to with the X-Bar. The X-Bar from X-Bar Fitness is an incredible